Welcome to another session of Searching the Words of Life. As always, we start out by saying that we're not asking people to take our opinions as fact. The whole point of this is to get people to open their Bibles and listen to Jesus, because that's where the truth is. Tonight we're going to talk about marriage. Now this is marriage between Christians. There's no point about talking about marriage outside the Lord, because we have to rely on the Bible for our answers, and certainly the world doesn't. When you look at marriage in Mark and Luke, when they talk about marriage, they give no reason for a divorce. None is given. However, in Matthew 5, the Lord gives the reason as infidelity, which is the classic reason from the start. Of course, we know that God allowed Moses to tell the Israelites that they could divorce their wives by just saying, I divorce you. But that was because of the hardness of their heart. That was not the way it was intended to be. And I believe this is, again, purely speculation, but I think that the reason that Mark and Luke don't have anything in there, I think that's giving us the impetus to believe that God really doesn't want people to divorce for any reason, if possible. And you might say, well, how is that possible? I mean, if your spouse, if your husband or your wife commits adultery, how can you possibly stay with them? Well, the answer is, as always, is found in the Bible. And it's in chapter 13 of 1 Corinthians. The stronger a marriage is, I believe, is in a direct proportion to the amount of love in each individual's heart. And that's the love of Christ, not the love of the world or anything else. And the reason I say that is because everything that could come up in your life, for instance, adultery, love always forgives. Now, it's not easy. And if this is something that's endemic, probably no way that it could be saved, because if your spouse is making the mistake over and over again, obviously they're not trying to work on it. But God never intended man and wife to ever be separated. Particularly as Christians, it's even more important on us to stay married. Not just for the regular reasons of the family, the kids, how it affects them, but the world is always watching. And when we espouse 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and other verses, and yet we can't find a way around a problem, then that's not a good sign to the rest of the world. We have a lot of problems, married people have a lot of problems. They have money problems. They have disagreements over many things. I was married for 30 years, and I know that it's not easy. But everything can be solved in that one chapter. And I believe that every married couple should have it up on the wall somewhere. And they should be very conversant with it and try to grow that love of Christ in their heart. When my marriage, when I was divorced, I went to my daughters and I told both of them, if you want to stay married, then you have to put God first in your life. And you will be guaranteed that you will grow old together, that you will not have a divorce. And to this day, I believe that's exactly right. If God is at the head of the table, and you're looking to him for the answers to your problems in your marriage or anywhere else, he will provide them. He promised that he would. I hope this short session can in some way help married couples. And I will say this, marriage counselors are good. And certainly you should always seek out the advice of people who are trained in this. However, you must look to the Bible first. That is our guidebook. And there is a real problem in this country, as we all know. That's been caused, one of the reasons it's been caused by divorce. And it would behoove us as Christians to try to strive to slow that down, to support each other in our marriages, be open about problems, so that other people can help. You can lean on other people if they know there's a problem. But again, it all comes from the Bible, and I believe that's where all the answers lie. So the next time we get together, Lord willing, it'll be about located preachers and Christian colleges. I hope you can tune into that one. I don't think it's going to be that controversial. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good week. God bless you.